Hi, good morning. Today we're having kind of a different day. I'm sending you 3 videos, like I always do. But today, one learning video, this one, is from me. You will have your story time video for later today, also from me. And your third video today is going to be a mystery science video. I'm sure you remember we used to do those all the time. And one popped up today that said it was going to talk about flowers and how they bloom in the spring. And I was pretty excited about it because it talks a lot about one of the things about living creatures that was kind of confusing with plants. Remember we said they had to use water and food. So food's a little tough, but we talked about how they make those in the leaves. So they definitely use water, we know that. They have to make more like themselves, and we know that they do because of the seeds. They produce the seeds that hit the ground and then they grow again. So they definitely make more like themselves. Do they grow and change? They do. They start as seeds, small plants, and eventually they grow. So we know they've got those 3 things. They don't have it in front of me. Oh, they use air. They don't breathe like we do, but they do take carbon dioxide from the air and they put out oxygen. They're part of how we can breathe so well. It's why it's nice to have plants around. But the last one, do they move? And that was kind of hard to understand. And I know you're going to say, yes, they do. They move towards the sun, because we did learn that. But in this video, Doug, the man who does the videos, explains it so nicely that I thought you might like to get a look at it. Now, there are some activities in the video, and your moms and dads will decide what you can and can't do at home. But I know just watching it will be pretty cool. All right? So don't forget to do that once this one is done. And all your parents have to do is tell me that you watched it. And if you do decide to try some of the cool things, if your mom or dad has the things and they can do it with you, great, send me a picture because I'd love to see it. Well, for the past 2 days we've been doing Lucy Math, is what I've been calling it. We're going to take a little break from that for today. And we're going to do what I'm calling listen and draw. Okay? So word problems are problems that somebody might say to you, or as you get older in the school, someone will write them down and you have to figure it out. They don't just give you the numbers. You have to come up with it. So listen, today we're going to do 2 listen and draws. We're going to do one where you just help me. Do not draw this, do not do this, because yours is going to come afterwards. Are you ready? Okay. So I wrote down the question. And the question is, you have to listen to the whole question before you start. That's the first rule about these word problems. In my garden, I planted 3 seeds. All of the seeds grew. And eventually, each seed, each plant, had 1 flower. There were 4 petals on each flower. How many petals altogether? Oh my, there were a lot of parts to that. So after you listen to the whole thing, then we go back. Are you ready? So here's my piece of paper. And your challenge is going to be to first draw a picture of what I said. So I said, in my garden, so I'm going to make my soil, I planted, do you remember how many? 3 seeds. 1, 2, 3 seeds. And I said that all of the seeds grew. So we know that they grow up, and they also will grow down. What's the part that's growing down? That's right, the roots. If they don't grow roots, they won't get to be very big, will they? Because that's how they get their water. Now, usually I would say put the sun in. You don't need all those details for math drawing, but they all grew. I could decide to put in some leaves, but it didn't talk about leaves, did it? No, so that's just a little extra. What it did say was that they all grew flowers. And what did it say about the petals? It said that each flower had how many? 4 petals. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So do I have it right? In my garden, I planted 3 seeds. The seeds all grew, and eventually each flower had 4 petals. Now, here's the question. How many petals altogether? Well, how could you find out? Sure, you could count them, couldn't you? And we can even use counting on, because how many petals are on this flower? I know I'm hiding it, but you know how many, right? There's 4. Then we could count on 4. We don't have to count them, we know. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow! There were 12 petals altogether. Let's look at this. So how many were on this flower? 4, 4, 4. So if we were to do the math, we could say 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. See how I drew the picture? And then I went back and I answered the question using my numbers. Some of you are going to say, I already knew, I didn't need to draw that. You know what? I still want you to practice drawing it. Because as the questions get harder, so will the math. And you might need to have something to look at. So let's see. I guess we need a question for you. And that's what I'm going to write. And I think making it a garden question is a really good idea. So I am going to write my question. Ooh. What is this first word? In space. Now I'm going to write my. My is also a sight word. Please spell it for me. That's right. I-M-Y. In my garden. G. R. Garden. D-N. D-N. In my garden. That's the start. I planted. I'm going to make this kind of like mine, but different. Planted. 4 seeds. And that's the end of my sentence, period. Read it with me. In my garden, I planted 4 seeds. I'm going to start a new sentence. A-L-L. That's all. All of the plants, all of the plants grew. Oh, here comes the part. All of the plants grew 3 leaves. There's a period again. How? I'm going to run out of room. Many leaves. I was going to write how many leaves altogether, but I ran out of room. So I'm going to put how many leaves. Should I put a period here? Not at all. That's my question. You don't have to write this, boys and girls. Read it with me. Ready? In my garden, I planted 4 seeds. All of the plants grew 3 leaves. How many leaves altogether? So what I would do, when you're ready, is I would ask your mom or dad to freeze the video on this paper because you have to go through it slowly. First part, in my garden, I planted 4 seeds. Each seed grew. How many leaves? 4 plants. Each seed grew 3 leaves. How many altogether? That's word problem math. I know you've got this. So today, you won't see me again, but I'll see you tomorrow. So today, this is your math. This is what I want to see written down, drawn, and can't wait to see what you come up with. And then you get to watch Doug on the Mystery Science video, learning new things about plants and flowers. It's pretty cool. And then I have a story for you this afternoon. So I hope you have a great day, boys and girls. How about we sign? Remember we learned how to sign Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? You ready to do it with me? I'm going to whisper it, because sign language is silent. Ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the, remember 2 W's, world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. You're all a bunch of stars in my book, so give it a try. I hope you like these kind of listen and do math problems, because I could make some tricky ones. We'll try it again, but I can't wait to see what you do. Do your best. I'm always proud of you. Have a great day. Bye.